corrupted progeny. Children will be uncared. Sankaro narakayaiva kulagnanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro yesham lupta dako kriyaha. So now Arjuna is placing another doubt. He says, keep your phones in video. Video should be on. Video, what is on? Huh? Everybody should be seen. Na? This is classroom. Na? If you sleep, what will I know that you are sleeping? Until unless you have no connectivity, no proper connectivity, it is okay. Then only I can tell how you are in the class. Except for 2 or 3, they have taken permission because they are in the office. Okay. Sankaro narakayaiva. The whole atmosphere will become like a hell. Kulagnanam kulasya. If the whole Kula family is destroyed, then patanti pitaro yesham. And all the forefathers will be crying. Why? There is nobody to give them water. It is said there is Pitruloka, where the forefathers are expecting those who are very much attached to their family and their expectation to the family members are there, they go to Pitruloka. And from the Pitruloka also, they don't leave their family members. Are jeete chi pani nahi pilaya, marne ke baad to bhi pani pila. If you don't give water to them, they will make you suffer like anything. We say na Pitrudosha. These Pitrudoshas are nothing but these Pitrus, they need, they are expecting their descendants to offer them water, food. That is why Shraddha ceremony is done. Now, whoever is surrendered to Krishna, completely surrendered to Krishna, Devarshi Bhutapnam Pitrulam Na Kinkarunayam Runicharajan Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Paharutta Kartam. If completely he surrendered to Krishna, then there is no expectation from the side of the Pitrus. They are very such satisfied. It is said, whoever has taken up Krishna consciousness very sincerely and seriously, that 21 generations from mother's side, from father's side, upcoming 21 generations also will be completely liberated. And they are very much happy because every day you're offering to Krishna. What is the meaning of Shraddha? What is the meaning of Shraddha? It comes from the word Shraddha. Shraddha Shabda Vishwase Kahe Sudruda Nishchaya Krishna Bhakti Kaide Sarva Karma Kritahaya. Shraddha Shabda Vishwase Kahe. If you have complete faith, Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Kritahaya, you have done Krishna Bhakti completely, you have given up yourself to Krishna, then Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Sharanyam, then everyone is happy. Then you are no more indebted to Devas, Rishis, Pitrus. The verse is given there, see, in the purport. Devarshi, Bhuta, Apta. Apta means family members, Bhuta means the living entities, Deva, Rishis. We say Gotras. From where these Gotras come? From the Rishis. Devatas. Nunam means family. Nunam means humans. Pitrunam is the forefathers. And you are no more indebted. Na kinkaro nayam runi charajam. Runi means you are no more indebted. Actually, our existence is dependent on all these devatas, rishis, bhuta. Every living entity is also responsible for our existence. Like earthworm is very important for the crops, isn't it? You get a good crop because of the good fertility of the soil. Then the snakes are also important because they kill the rats, or the rats will spoil the crops. That means every jiva is ahara for another jiva. Jivo jivasya jivanam. Every jiva is ahara for another jiva. Pitrunam, that means our pitrus are also protecting us by giving us the benedictions. So we are indebted to all. But at the same time, if a person has completely given himself to Krishna, Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Bharatta Kartam, he is no more indebted to anyone. That has been given. Okay, Manali Mataji, read the 41st verse and then the purport.
संकरो नरकायैव कुल कुल कुलघ्ना कुल कुलस्य च
कुलघ्नानां कुलस्य च
कुलनानां कुलस्य च पति
पतन्ति
पतन्ति पितरो द्वेषा द्वेषां कुल लुप्त पिंडो दक क्रिया.
Yes.
According to the rules and regulations of fruitive activities, there is a need to offer periodical food and water to the forefathers of the family. This offering is performed by worship of Vishnu because eating the remnants of food offered to Vishnu can deliver one from all kinds of sinful reactions. Sometimes the forefather may be suffering from various types of sinful reactions, and sometimes some of them cannot even acquire a gross material body and are forced to remain in the substantial bodies as ghosts. Thus, when remnants of prasadam food are offered to the forefathers by the descendants, the forefathers are released from the ghostly or other kind of miserable life. Such help rendered to forefathers is a family tradition, and those who are not in the devotional life are required to perform such rituals. One who is engaged in devotional life is not required to perform such actions. Simply by performing devotional service, one can deliver hundreds and thousands of forefathers from all kind of misery. It is stated in the Bhagavatam. Anyone who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, the giver of liberation, giving up all kinds of obligation, and has taken to the path in all seriousness, owes neither duties nor obligations to the demigods, sages, general living entities, family members, humankind, or forefathers. Such obligations are automatically fulfilled by performance of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes, Devarshi Bhutapsta Nrinam Pitrunam Na Kinkaro Nayam Runicha Rajan Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Pahalutya Kartam. That doesn't mean that just by wearing your tilak and kantimala, you can say that we are free from all the pitrus. Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Sharanyam. Completely you have to give yourself to Krishna, not to avoid our duties. We are indebted. But only a person who has completely given himself to Lord, for that person, anyhow he has taken a bigger task. All these tasks are included. It is not that you are not doing it. It is automatically included. Like when a big circle is there, all the other circles becomes a subset. In the same way, if you have a bigger task, that every day you are worshipping Lord, every day you are offering to Krishna, Namo Brahmana Devaya, Go Brahmana Taya, Jagatitaya, Krishnaya, Govindaya, Namo Nama. When you're doing that, then everything is included. Doshairete kulaghnanam varnasankarakaihi उत्साद्यन्ते जाति धर्मा कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वताः दोषैरैते कुलघ्नानां वर्णसंकरकारकैः उत्साद्यन्ते जाति धर्मा कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वताः. When I am reading, you also try to read. Now, third time now I'll read. I should see your lip movements. Everybody's lip movement. I'll do apa, something you do. Try to read. Doshaireitai kulaghnanam varnasankarakaihi utsadhyante jati dharma kuladharmascha shashwataah. I saw everybody's lips moving. Okay. Doshaireitai kulaghnanam varnasankarakaihi. So, because of all these evil deeds, what will happen? Varna Sankara, because of all these Varna Sankara, all these doshas, Kulagnana means we are the destroyers of the family. Varna Sankara will be born. Then karakaihi, they will become the causes of utsaha. Then the whole devastation, the whole jati dharma will be devastated. Communal projects like you have pujas, yakyas, vidhis, all the community projects will be destroyed. Kula dharma cha shashvataha, all the Kula dharma family tradition, jati dharma, everything will be devastated. Utsahadyante. And how it will be? These were eternal things. Now what will happen? Everything will be destroyed. Just because we are the destroyers of the family. We will be killing. And if we take part in the war means devastation. There will be destruction. Whole family members will be destroyed, especially when the male members are destroyed, the women are not protected. And when the women are not protected, then they will be misutilized. And there will be Varna Sankara, uncared children will be there. Uncared children, unwanted children, they will be born. And because of that, Pitrus will not be happy. So there will be no blessings from the forefathers. All the family traditions will be destroyed. Okay, Mayur Prabhu, read the verse.
दोषेरिते कुलघ्नानां वर्णसंकरकारकैः उत्साद्यन्ते जातिधर्माः कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वतः.
Read.
By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted children, all kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated. Purport. Community projects for the four orders of human society combined with family welfare activities as they are set forth by the institution of Sanatana Dharma or Varnashrama Dharma are designed to enable the human being to attain his ultimate salvation. Therefore, the breaking of the Sanatana Dharma tradition by irresponsible leaders of society brings about chaos in that society. And consequently, people forget the aim of life, Vishnu. Such leaders are called blind, and persons who follow such leaders are sure to be led into chaos.
Yes. Then उत्सन्नकुलधर्माणां मनुष्याणां जनार्दन नरके नियतं वासो भवतीत्यो न शुश्रुमा उत्सन्नकुलधर्माणां. See the words. Utsanna, there is double N. उत्सन्नकुलधर्माणां मनुष्याणां जनार्दन नरके नियतं वासो भवतीत्यनु शुश्रुमा. Bhavatityanu shushruma. Every word, justify each and every letter. Utsanna kuladharmanam. Open your mouth. Third time I'm reading. Everybody should read along with me. Utsanna kuladharmanam manushyanam janardana narake niyatam vaso bhavatityu bhavatityanu shushruma. Bhavatityanu bhavatityanu shushruma. Okay. Utsanna kuladharmana. What will happen? Spoiled whole kuladharma. There is no tradition followed. There is no performance of any ritualistic ceremonies. There is no performance of any pitru yakyas. So what will happen? Whole kuladharma, the family is destroyed. Manushyanam, all the men are destroyed. Oh Janardana, you are the protector of the family, you are the protector of people, or you are killer of the people. Janardana or Janardana. Then Narake Niyatam Vaso. I am telling you for sure, I am going to be the resident of hell. Whoever destroys the family, they are Niyatam Vaso. Narake Niyatam Vaso. Niyatam means they are going to be resident. Vaso. Vaso means resident. Niyatam means always. They are going to remain always in the hell. You may say, how is it? How you know that? Bhavati iti anushushuma. Bhavati means it will become. Iti, whatever I have told this I have heard. Anushushuma. Shushuma means hearing. Anushushuma means hearing from authoritative source. I have heard this from great personalities. I have heard from the disciplic succession. I have heard. Anu means disciplic succession. Now, if you want to prove your statement, then what you should say? I have heard this. Generally, nowadays in ISKCON, this is the trend. If you want to say something, Prabhupada said, as if I was present and I was hearing. And even if it is said, somebody will ask, oh, show me where it is evidence. No, I have heard. I have heard. Okay, very good. If you have heard Prabhupada said, then very good. Go on. So even Arjuna is also following this. Krishna may say, from where you're speaking all these things? I'm telling you to fight, you're not fighting. I have heard that I'm going to be the permanent resident of the hell. If you tell me to fight and if I destroy the family tradition is destroyed, everything is destroyed, then the one who destroys will be the permanent resident of the hell. This I have heard. From there, disciplic succession. Okay. Okay, Jai Shri read. So when Mataji is reading, all of you also should read. What will happen? Every word will go inside. Read slowly.
उत्सन्नकुलधर्माणां मनुष्याणां जनार्दन नरके नियतं वासो भवतीत्यनुशुश्रुमा.
Very good.
O Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those who destroy family traditions dwell always in hell. Purport. Arjuna bases his argument not on his own personal experience, but on what he heard from the authorities. That is the way of receiving real knowledge. One cannot reach the real point of factual knowledge without being helped by the right person who is already established in that knowledge. There is a system in the Varnasrama institution by which before death one has to undergo the process of atonement for his sinful activities. One who is always engaged in sinful activities must utilize the process of atonement called the prayasita. Prayaschita, sorry. Without doing so, one surely will be transferred to hellish planets to undergo miserable lives as a the result of sinful activities. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Again, continuing the fourth reason for not fighting the war, which started from which verse? It started from 39th verse. Now see, from 39th verse, the fourth reason for not fighting the war. Before that, what was their third reason for not fighting the war? 36, 37, 38. Oh, I'll incur sin. Second reason for not fighting the war. 32, 33, 34, 35. Oh, with whom am I going to enjoy? First reason for not fighting the war. That is 31st. That is my own people. You're asking me to kill my own people. So 31 is the first reason for not fighting the war. 32 to 35, second reason for not fighting the war. 36, 37, 38 is the third reason for not fighting the war. 39, it's continuing now. Fourth reason. Oh, my whole family will be destroyed. Family destruction will happen. There will be rise of Varnasankaraha. Women will be corrupted. Women will be polluted because they are unprotected. Now, aho bata mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yadrajya sukhalobhena antum swajanamudyataha. Aho bata mahapapam kartum vyavasita vayam yadrajya sukhalobhena hantum swajanam ahave. Sorry, swajanam utyatah. Aho bata mahatpapam kartum vyavasita vayam yadrajya sukhalobhena hantum swajanam udyatah. This aha, whenever this aha is there, in between you should not say. Last only should say. In between also it comes, just touch. But aha, very nicely. Udyataha, when taha, taha, like that. So aho, aho, oh alas. Aho bata mahat papam. How strange is it that we are bent upon on doing such mahat papam, great sins. Kartum, we are ready to do. Vyavasitaha, we have decided. Vayam, we have decided to perform such a great sins. Why? Yad rajya sukha lobhena. Are we driven by greed? Greed for rajyas, greed for sukha. Yad rajya sukha lobhena. Now see who is advising whom. Arjuna is telling to Krishna, are we driven by such lobha? Hantum swachanam uttataha, that we are trying to kill our own people, our own family members, just because we want some sukha, we want some rajya, and we are bent upon, we are trying to perform such a sinful act that we are ready to go to hell. Okay. Geeta Mataji, read. Okay, 1 minute. Aruna has a doubt? Yes.
No, can I read?
Yeah, read. I think this verse you are knowing. Very good, read. What a
Hare
confident
Krishna.
level.
I'm just trying, Mataji.
Yes, read it.
Hare Krishna. Aho bat mahat papam
Bata,
kartum
bata,
vyavas.
bata. 1 minute.
Aho
The ta
bat,
is full. Bata.
ha, bata. Aho bat mahat papam kartum vyavastita vayam yadrajay sukhalobhena hantum swajanamudyataha.
Aha, very good. Wonderful. So like this, you should give justice to every word. When it is half the mahat, mahat.
Mahat.
But if you say but, then becomes half. So
Ha,
bata, that becomes full. Ta, bata. Okay,
bata,
very good.
bata.
Read.
Okay. Alas, how strange it is that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful acts, driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness. We are intent on killing our own kinsmen, purport, driven by selfish motives. One may be inclined to such sinful acts as the killing of one's own brother, father, or mother. There are many such instances in the history of the world, but Arjuna, being a saintly devotee of the Lord, he is always conscious of moral principles and therefore takes care to avoid such activities.
There's something known as moral values. In the schools, moral values are taught. So Arjuna, when he's speaking, he's actually speaking on moral values, moral principles. Dharma Shastra speaks on moral values. Yajnavalkya, he writes Dharma Shastra, which is written on the basis of moral values. But higher to moral value is bhakti, spiritual values. Spiritual value is a big circle in which all small moral values are there. Like when you read Ramayana, you have all the moral values hidden within the spiritual vessel. So when Krishna is speaking Bhagavad Gita, all moral values, moral principles are hidden inside this Bhakti Shastra. Actually, what Krishna speaks is Jnana Shastra, which is which attains perfection in Bhakti Shastra. So Krishna is actually giving Bhakti Shastra, but starts from Jnana Shastra. So that all anyhow the second chapter will be more elaborately describing about what is Jnana Shastra, what is Bhakti Shastra. But now what Arjuna is speaking is on the principle of Dharma Shastra. So this Dharma Shastra speaks on moral principles. Artha Shastra, what is Artha Shastra? It is given by Chanakya. Artha Shastra means tit for tat. Somebody is beating you, you go and beat him. That is tit for tat. So Arjuna thought Krishna is advising him on the basis of Artha Shastra. Oh, they did not give you 5 villages, go and fight with them, kill them. No, Krishna is not speaking on Artha Shastra. That is why more than Artha Shastra is Dharma Shastra. And Arjuna is thinking he is going to speak something which is beyond Artha Shastra. See, Krishna is speaking on Artha Shastra. I will teach Krishna something known as Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra is superior to Artha Shastra. But now what Krishna is going to speak is Jnana Shastra, which will attain perfection in Bhakti Shastra. And you are Bhakti Shastri students, na? You are. Let us see. Yadi mama pratikaram. See, I stopped here. Pratikaram. I did not say pratikarama. I said pratikaram. That means I broke that ma into ma, a. Half ma plus a. Every word has ta, like ta, is there na? That half ta will be there, a will be there. If you say pratikaram, ashastram, ashastram, then a will be joined there. Or if you don't want to break it, yadi mama pratikaram ashastram, automatically it is there. But when you are reading, you are not aware of it. Yadi mama pratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah dhartarashtrarane hanyas tanme kshemam tanme kshemataram bhavet. Yadi mama pratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah dhartarashtrarane hanyas tanme kshemataram bhavet. So yadi mama pratikaram, mam apratikaram. It is actually mam apratikaram. So yadi mam apratikaram. Apratikaram means ashastram shastrapanayah. Dhartrashtra. Let us combine all these things. Dhartrashtra, sons of the Dhritarashtra. If they are having shastrapanayah, panaya means hands. Shastra. See word to word and don't see directly the translation. See word to word. Then only you can become nice Bhakti Shastri students. Anvaya you should know to do. Shastra Panaya. That means in the hands, what is there? Shastra is there. Whose hands? The sons of the Dhritarashtra. So even if they are equipped like this, and even if I don't have anything, ashastram, I am not fully equipped. And on top of that, I will not resist also. Apratikara. It is better. It is better I am killed. Hanyu. Hanyu means it is better I am killed by them. It is better for me. Tat me. For me it is better. Shemataram. Shemataram means it is better for me. Bhavete. It will be better for me if I am killed unarmed, unresistant, on the battlefield by the sons of the Dhritarashtra who are equipped with all the Shastras. Okay, Gita read. While
Hare
Mataji is
Krishna.
reading, all of you read.
Hare Krishna. Yadi mama pratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah dhartarashtra rane hanyustanme kshematare bhaved.
Shanme tema kshema taram tanme kshema taram.
Dhartarashtra rane hanyustanme kshematram bhaved.
Very good.
Better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra weapons in hand were to kill me unarmed and unresisting on the battlefield. Purport. It is the custom, according to Kshatriya, fighting principles that an unarmed and unwilling foe should not be attacked. Arjuna, however, decided that even if attacked by the enemy in such an awkward position, he would not fight. He did not consider how much the other party was bent upon fighting. All these symptoms are due. All these symptoms are due to soft-heartedness resulting from his being a great devotee of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
So we had discussed this also, soft-heartedness and weak-heartedness. Last time we discussed. Soft heart means where he sees everybody has his svajana. Weak heart is he is not ready to perform his duty. There is weak-heartedness. Nature of a devotee is he is naturally a soft heart. He cannot see others' dukha. He cannot see others' misery. That is soft-heartedness. But Arjuna saying, "I'm not going to fight." That shows weak-heartedness. We had done this. Remember, we had done or not in the depression signs of Arjuna.
Yeah.
Forgot or what? We had done this in the, like in 28th verse. He says, "Oh, I am seeing my own people." He says in 28th verse. In 29th verse, what he says? "Oh, my hands, my legs, everything are queering. My whole body is queering. I cannot fight. I am forgetting myself." There, Srila Prabhupada says that is weak-heartedness. Like if the doctor sees his own son lying on the operation table, howsoever he may be a very wonderful doctor, very great doctor, but when he sees his own family members, then his hand starts shaking. So soft-heartedness, yes, it is a wonderful quality, but weak-heartedness will not allow us to perform our duties. So till here, the fourth reason for Arjuna for not fighting the war ended. Now what happens after seeing his own family members? Sanjay Vacha Eva Muktvar Arjuna Sankhe Ratopastha Upavishat Visrujya Sasharam Chapam Shokasampikna Manasaha. Arjuna Vacha, Gita, mute your phone. Arjuna Vacha, Eva Mukva Arjuna Sankhe, Eva Mukva Arjuna Sankhe.
Sanjaya Vacha.
Jai Shri Mataji, mute your phone.
Sanjaya Vacha, Arjuna Vachana.
Sorry. Sanjay Vacha, Eva Mukva Arjuna Sankhe, Ratopastha Upavishat. Visrujya Sasharam Chapam Shokasabhigna Manasaha. Okay, whose phone is unmute? Eva Muktva Arjuna Sankhe. After speaking like this, what did Arjuna do? Rathopastha Upavishat. He sat down. Upavishat. Upavishat means Upa. Ratho Upastha. Ratha Upasthe Upavishat. He sat on the chariot. Visrujya Sasharam Chapam. He put aside Visrujya Sasharam. Along with the arrows, Chapam, the bow also, bow and arrows, he said left aside. He just put aside. Shoka Sambignaha Malasaha. He started crying. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. First chapter is what? Sainya Darshana Yoga. After having a nice darshan of all the Sainas, Arjuna Vishada Yoga, crying and sitting. Kept all the bow and arrows aside, sat on the chariot. Just now, conscience is blown, everything is blown. War should be started now. But what is he doing? He just sat down after speaking all these things and started lamenting. That is why first chapter is known as Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Shilpa Mataji, read. Shilpa, unmute. Read.
Sanjaya Uvacha Evam Uktvarjuna Sankhye Rathopastha Upavisat Visrajya Sasharam Chapam Shoka Samvigna Manasaha. Sanjay said, Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief. Purport. While observing the situation of his enemy, Arjuna stood up on the chariot, but he was so afflicted with lamentation that he sat down again, setting aside his bow and arrows. Such a kind and soft-hearted person in the devotional service of the Lord is fit to receive self-knowledge.
Thus
Thus
ends the
ends the
Bhaktivedanta purpose.
to the first chapter in the matter of observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Okay. Now, second chapter. Second chapter is known as Sankhya Yoga, the summary of whole Bhagavad Gita, contents of the Gita summarized. Actually, second chapter itself, all the three yogas are done with. Like first to sixth chapters, we had said it is Karma Yoga. 7th to 12th, it is Bhakti Yoga. 13th to 18th, it is Sankhya Yoga. First to 6 is what? Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga is there in this chapter. And 7 to 12th is Bhakti Yoga, that is also there in this chapter. Then 13th to 18th is Sankhya Yoga, that is also there in this chapter. So second chapter is a summary of all the three yogas, everything is there. So let us see. Sanjay Uvacha Tan Tatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudana. Here you have to take care of Dirgha Rasva. Sanjay Uvacha Tam Tatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantamidam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudana. Again I'll read. Try to read along with me. Sanjaya Uvacha Tam Tatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantamidam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudana. What happened? Madhusudana. Tan Tatha Kripaya Vishtam. Arjuna is crying. Now, why is he crying? Because heart is filled with compassion. Why such compassion was not there when other enemies were there? These are enemies are the special enemies, aggressors, special aggressors, his own people. That is why his heart is full of compassion. This material compassion leads to lamentation, and this material compassion is because of overly attachment. Now, because of that, he's crying Ashru Purna Kulekshana. Ashru Purna Akulaha. Akulaha means full of tears. Likshanam, eyes are full of tears. And in this way, Vishidantam, he's lamenting. And like this, when lamenting, he is going to speak some words to Madhusudan. When he is lamenting like this, he was speaking like these words and he's lamenting. Now Madhusudana is going to speak. He is seeing Arjuna crying. So Madhusudana is going to speak. Now again, Krishna is addressed as Madhusudana. Now Krishna killed the demon Madhu. Now Arjuna wants him to kill this demon of misunderstanding. It's also demon only. When a person is not following the scriptures or when he is completely confused, at the time he should take shelter of spiritual master. He should take shelter of Krishna. So now here, when he takes the shelter, what happens? He wants that the demon of misunderstanding should be completely killed. So that is how Madhusudana, Madhu, demon, Sudana, his killer. You are the killer of the demon Madhu. So why don't you kill this demon of misunderstanding, which has overpowered my consciousness? Okay. Mohini Mataji, read.
Mataji, so many noises are there. Kids are swimming.
What? What are you saying? Okay, some disturbance is there, not a problem.
Yes, Mataji, both are screaming.
Both are there.
Okay, I am ready. Hare Krishna. Sanjay Uvacha Tang Tatha Kripayabhishtam Asu Purna Kulekshanam Visidantamidam Bhakyam Uvacha Madhusudana
Vishidantam idam vakyam. Vishidantam idam vakyam.
Visidantam idam Bhakyam
Uvacha.
Uvacha Madhusudana.
Very good. Somebody else can read the purport. Preeti Mataji, translation and the purport. Preeti.
Traveling,
Preeti.
please.
Okay, Maithili.
Thank you.
Read the translation and the purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'm out Mataji. Just listening.
You are also.
Sorry,
Okay.
Mataji. Yeah.
I'll read Mataji.
Yeah, read.
Sanjay said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna spoke the following words. Material compassion, lamentation, and tears are the signs of ignorance of the real self. Compassion for the eternal soul is self-realization. The word Madhusudana is significant in this verse. Lord Krishna killed the demons Madhu. And now Arjuna wanted Krishna to kill the demon of misunderstanding that had overtaken him in his discharge of his duty. No one knows where compassion should be applied. Compassion for the dress of a drowning man is senseless. A man fall in the ocean of nescience cannot be saved simply by rescuing his outward dress, the gross material body. One who does not know this and laminates for the outward dress is called Sudra, or one who laments unnecessarily. Arjuna was a Kshatriya, and this conduct was not expected from him. Lord Krishna, however, can dissipate the lamentation of the ignorant man, and for this purpose the Bhagavad Gita was sung by him. This chapter instructs us in the self-realization by an analytical study of the material body and the spirit soul, as explained by the Supreme Authority, Lord Krishna. This realization is possible when one works without attachment to fruitive results and is situated in the fixed concept of the real self. Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada says, who's the Shudra? One who laments for the material dress is a Shudra. Compassion on a material platform, it has no sense. Because one drowning man cannot save another drowning man. So that is why it is very important to have compassion on the spiritual platform. If you really want to help someone, give Krishna consciousness to them. How long we are going to give some food, water? Okay, that is not going to be the permanent solution. Okay, that is going to relieve him from day-to-day problem. But the real problem is because of his sins. And if that sins can be removed, then he will not face any any trouble. Because generally when we see somebody is in trouble, we have some compassion. No doubt that's a good quality, not a problem. It's a moral quality. But that is not going to be a permanent solution. The sufferings are because of our sins. And for the permanent solution is Krishna consciousness. That is why prasadam should be distributed, not food. Food and prasadam may sound the same, but there is a lot of difference. Prasade sarvadukhanam hani rasrita jayate. The moment you give prasadam, his real dukkha will be removed. Food will try to solve only a temporary hunger. Today he is hungry. Today he will eat. Tomorrow he will go to stool. And what will happen? He will pass stool. Again he is hungry. But then why is he in hunger? Why is he suffering? He has no food because of the sins. So give prasadam. So prasadam means Krishna consciousness, the food which is filled with spiritual values. That will slowly bring him out of his karmic reactions. And that is going to solve his problems. Now what Krishna is speaking, let us see. Sri Bhagavan was the first time Krishna is speaking now. Till now Arjuna spoke so much. Arjuna, Sanjaya, Dhritarashtra, everybody spoke. Except for Krishna, everybody spoke in first chapter. Now see how Krishna is addressed. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Prabhupada in the first 3-4 paragraphs only speaks about Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Because Krishna is Bhagavan. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Etecham sakala pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is God. Who is God? Krishna. Even though he may appear in various avatars, but in all the avatars, he is not showing his full form. Only in his appearance, in his full appearance, when he personally descends, because Krishna is avatari, when he appears, he shows his full appearance. That is why he marries 16,108 queens. He has millions and millions of gopis. Because he is Bhoktaram. He is the enjoyer. He is the Purusha. He is the Parama Purusha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kutasthva Kashmalamidam Vishame Samupastitam Acharya Jushtamaswargyam Akirti Karamarjuna. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kutasthva Kashmalamidam Vishame Samupastitam Anaryajushtamaswargyam Akirti Karamarjuna. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kutasthva Kashmalamidam Vishame Samupastitam Anaryajushtamaswargyam Akirti Karamarjuna. From where? From where all this Kashmalam idam? Kashmalam means dirtiness. Because this so-called material compassion is actually dirtiness. Spiritual platform. Have compassion on the spiritual platform, not on the material platform. Whoever laments on the material platform is actually a dirty person. Why dirty person? Because his heart is not strong enough to perform devotion. That is why he's crying on the material platform. Krishna says from this dirtiness, from where this dirtiness has come, and that too in this hour of crisis, Vishame Samupastitam, all have assembled here, and from now, and this crisis, in this hour of crisis, you're crying. Anarya. People will say you are not an Aryan. Arya means one who knows the value of life or goal of life. You are Anarya. Jushtam. Anarya Jushtam. Aswargyam. You will never attain Swarga. Don't think that by not fighting, you will not go to hell and you will go to Swarga by showing so-called compassion. You are not going to get any Swarga. Krishna clearly says, Aswargyam, Akirti. Don't think that people are going to praise you. Oh, what a personality. Had compassion, left the war and went away. Nobody is going to give you any fame. In fact, you will only attain Akirti. Akirti means infamy. Karam Arjuna. This type of lamentation will be the cause of your infamy, will be the cause of you not going to any higher planets, will be the cause of you being criticized as an Arya. Hmm? Okay. So Gautam, can you read the verse? For me, technical things are there. Let me see how you read the verse.
Kutatsva Kashma
Who spoke? Who spoke? Right? Who spoke?
Shri Bhagwan Vacha
Ah,
Kutatsva Kashmalam Mindam Vishwame Sampu
one
Spastitham
minute. Vishame.
Sampu
Vishame. Vishame.
Vishwame Sampu
Samu.
Pastit
I, I read that. Na samupastitam. Samu.
Samupastitham
Very good. Anaryajishtam.
Anaryadishtam Swara
Aswargyam. Aswargyam.
Aswardham Tirti
Akirti. Kirti where?
Atirti
Akirti na? Akirti karam.
Atirtaram Arjuna.
Okay. Mayur Prabhu, read the verse.
Kutasva Kashmanamidam.
Who spoke? Who spoke?
Sorry. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Kutasva Kashmanamidam. Vishame Samupasthitam.
Samupastitam.
Samupasthitam. Anaryajustam Aswargyam. Akirti Karam Arjuna.
Very good. Okay, Gautam, read the translation.
The
Then Ashish Prabhu will read the purport. You read the translation.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to hard planets but to infamy.
So they are not going to lead you to any higher planets, but to infamy. Okay, purport. Ashish Prabhu, read the purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Krishna and the Supreme Personality of Godhead are identical. Therefore, Lord Krishna is referred to as Bhagwan throughout the Gita. Bhagwan is the ultimate in the absolute truth. The absolute truth is realized in three phases of the understanding, namely Brahman, or the impersonal, all-pervasive spirit, Paramatma, or the localized aspect of the Supreme within the heart of all living entities, and the Bhagwan, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.211, this conception of absolute truth is explained thus. The absolute truth is realized in three phases of understanding by the knower of the absolute truth, and all of them are identical. Such phases of the absolute truth are expressed as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. These three divine aspects can be explained by the example of the sun, which also has three different aspects, namely the sunshine, the sun's surface, and the sun planet itself. One who studies the sunshine only is the preliminary student. One who understands the sun's surface is the further advanced, and one who can enter into sun planet is the highest. Ordinary students who are satisfied by simply understanding the sunshine, its universal pervasiveness, and the glaring effulgence of its impersonal nature may be compared to those who can realize only the Brahman feature of the absolute truth. The student who has advanced still further can know the sun disk, which is compared to the knowledge of Paramatma feature of the absolute truth. And the student who can enter into the heart of the sun planet is compared to those who realize the personal feature of supreme absolute truth. Therefore, the bhaktas or the transcendentalists who have realized the Bhagwan feature of the absolute truth are the topmost transcendentalists. Although all students who are engaged in the study of the absolute truth are engaged in the same subject matter, the sunshine, the sun disk, and the inner affairs of the sun planets cannot be separated from one another. And yet, the students of the three different phases are not in the same category. The
Okay, the
Sanskrit,
verse goes, Vadanti tat tattva idas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti shabdati. Vadanti tat tattva vidas. This is the tattva. Vadanti. Vadanti means the tattvavida. Tattvavida means the knowers of the truth. What they speak. Vadanti tat tattvavidas. Tattvam yaj jnanam advayam. What is the jnana of that advayam? Advayam is Krishna, whose body and the soul is same person. Advayam. And how is he? Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan, iti shabdati. Brahman, the effulgence which comes out of the body, like the sun rays that enters your house. Sun rays cannot be differentiated from the sun, but sun rays is impersonal. Sun is personal. Paramatmeti, the reflection of the sun in the pots. Again, that is not different from sun. At the same time, it is not sun. So in this way, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan, three aspects are there. So Bhagavan is the personal aspect. Paramatma, who is situated in everyone's heart, again impersonal. Brahman, the effulgence which comes out of the body of Lord. Okay, read further. Who will read from here? Wait 1 minute. From here, Shilpa, read. All of you mute your phones except Shilpa. Jayashri, mute your phone.
The Sanskrit
read.
word Bhagwan, the Sanskrit word Bhagwan is explained by the great authority Parashar Muni, the father of Vasudev, the Supreme Personality who possesses all riches, all strength, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all renunciation is called Bhagwan. There are
I'll put this verse. Aishwarasya samagrasya viryasya yashasa shriyaha yana vedagayascheva shannam bhata itingana. 6 qualities in full. That verse will continue. Okay.
There are many persons who are very rich, very powerful, and very beautiful. Very powerful, very beautiful, very famous, very learned, and very much detached. But no one can claim that he possesses all riches, all strength, etc. entirely. Only Krishna can claim this because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No living entity, including Brahma, Lord Shiva, or Narayana, can possess opulences as fully as Krishna. Therefore, it is concluded in the Brahma Samhita by Lord Brahma himself that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No one is equal to or above him. He is the primeval Lord or Bhagavan, known as Govinda, and he is the supreme cause of all causes. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. There are many personalities possessing the qualities of Bhagavan, but Krishna is the supreme because none can excel him. He is the supreme person and his body is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. He is the primeval Lord Govinda and the cause of all causes. This verse is from Brahma Samhita 5.1. In the Bhagavatam also, there is a list of many incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Krishna is described as the original personality of Godhead, from whom many, many incarnations and personalities of Godhead expand.
Ete chamsa kala pumsaha
Krishnastu
Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Yes, read.
All the lists of the incarnations of Godhead submitted herewith are either plenary expansions or parts of the plenary expansions of the Supreme Godhead. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Therefore, Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, the absolute truth, the source of both the Supersoul and the impersonal Brahman. In the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna's lamentation for his kinsmen is certainly unbecoming, and therefore Krishna expressed his surprise with the word kutas, where
Kutaha.
from?
Kutaha.
Kutaha. Such unmanly sentiments were never expected from a person belonging to the civilized class of men known as Aryans. The word Aryan is applicable to persons who know the value of life and have a civilization based on spiritual realization.
So how wrong is the teachings? How wrong is the teachings in our history? Aryan means one who are on the northern side, their organs. Dravidians means those. Aryans means one who knows the goal of life. That person can be from the south also. He should know the goal of life. Yes.
Persons who are led by the material conception of life do not know that the aim of life is realization of the absolute truth, Vishnu or Bhagavan, and they are captivated by the external features of the material world, and therefore they do not know what liberation is. Persons who have no knowledge of liberation from material bondage are called non-Aryans. Although Arjuna was a Kshatriya, he was deviating from his prescribed duties by declining to fight. This act of cowardice is described as befitting the non-Aryans. Such deviation from duty does not help one in the progress of spiritual life, nor does it even give one the opportunity to become famous in this world. Lord Krishna did not approve of the so-called compassion of Arjuna for his kinsmen. Hare Krishna.
The Lord did not approve. Lord said, so-called compassion, it is only weakness of heart. People will call you an Arya. You will not go to any Swarga. People will defame you. That means Krishna did not approve so-called compassion. Klevyam masmakama partha naitattvai upapadyate kshudram hridayatorbalyam tyaktotishta parantapa. Klevyam masmagama partha naitattvai upapadyate kshudram hridayatorbalyam tyaktotishta parantapa. Klevyam asmagama partha naitattvai upapadyate Shudram hridaya daurbalyam Tyaktvotishtha parantapa. Palash, read.
I didn't follow this.
Klebyam.
Lebyam.
Masma.
Gamaha partha. Gamaha partha. Naitya.
Naitattvai upapadyate.
Upapadyate.
Shudram hridaya daurbalyam. Shudram.
Kudram hridayam.
Shudram.
Sudram hridayam.
It is not Shudram. Kshudram. The curse is there. Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam.
Shudram hridayam.
Daurbalyam. Tyaktvotishtha.
Parantapa.
Okay, Jai Shri, read.
You have difficult words.
Read, see the one word first. Klebyam.
Klebyam asmagamah partha naitattvayupapadyate Shudram hridaya daurbalyam Tektyottishta parantapa.
Mayur Prabhu, read.
Klebyam asmagama partha naitattvaya नैत्यत्व
नैतत्त्वयि उपपद्यते.
त्वयि उपपद्यते शूद्रहृदय दौर्बल्यं त्यक्तोत्तिष्ठ परन्तप.
Very good. Aditya, read the translation purport. All of you mute your phones.
Hare Krishna. O son of Pritha, do not yield to this degrading impotence. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of the enemy. Perfect. Arjuna was addressed as the son of Pritha, who happened to be the sister of Krishna's father Vasudeva. Therefore, Arjuna had a blood relationship with Krishna. If the son of a Kshatriya declines to fight, he is a Kshatriya in name only. And if, sorry. And if the son of a Brahmana acts impiously, he is a Brahmana in name only. Such Kshatriyas and Brahmanas are unworthy sons of their fathers. Therefore, Krishna did not want Arjuna to become an unworthy son of a Kshatriya. Arjuna was the most intimate friend of Krishna, and Krishna was directly guiding him on the chariot. But in spite of all these credits, if Arjuna abandoned the battle, he would be committing an infamous act. Therefore, Krishna said that such an attitude in Arjuna did not fit his personality. Arjuna might argue that he would give up the battle on the grounds of his magnanimous attitude for the most respectable Bhishma and his relatives, but Krishna considered that sort of magnanimity mere weakness of heart. Such false magnanimity was not approved by any authority. Therefore, such magnanimity or so-called non-violence should be given up by persons like Arjuna under the direct guidance of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Klaibyam, important person. What
is the first
actually
word?
It's the first word, Klaibyam. Klaibyam means it's a bad word. Klaibyam, Klaibyam. Important. What type of man you are? You don't have any potency. You call ये मर्द नहीं है, ये औरत है. It is chakka. Klaibyam. Are you crying like a girl? Klaibyam. Rama Partha. Oh, Partha, you are Pritha's son. Kunti
Mataji,
Maharani's son. Ah,
Mataji, Klaibyam word coming from Klivalinga.
no. Klaibyam. Klaibyam comes from the word Klaibyam. That is important. Yeah, Klibalinga, you can say Linga. It's not Purush Linga. Pullinga, Strilinga, then Napuslinga. You say Napuslinga. That is Klaibyam.
And Kliva both are different.
Yeah. Masma Gama Part. Oh, Pritha's. Oh, Pritha's son. Pritha, Kunti Maharani is so bold. He has difficulties again and again. Na etat tvayupapadyate. It's not befitting you. Kshigram. Petty. Hridaya Daurbalyam. This is the weakness of the heart. Tyaktva tishta uttishta parantapa. This is the first place where Krishna says, get up and fight. Tishta. Now you have to mark. Now you note down this. Don't forget that this is the first place where Krishna says uttishta. In the 4th chapter, last verse also Krishna says uttishta bharataha. Get up and fight. Now we will see how many places Krishna says Arjuna. Tyaktva uttishta parantapa. Parantapa. People called you as a chastiser of enemies. Now, what is the enemy? The enemy is your weakness, actually. Not the enemies who are standing before you. The first and the foremost enemy is your own weakness of the heart. Your own weakness is your enemy. Nobody is your enemy. Our own dirty consciousness is our enemy. That is how here Arjuna is chastised by Krishna. So here we'll stop. Any doubts you can ask. No doubts. Yeah. One at a time.
Yes. In the previous chapter, I have a couple of questions. So, in verse number 31, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that Kshatriya who dies in the battlefield for dharma and sannyasi who is absolutely devoted to spiritual culture, they are eligible to enter into sun globe. And the question is, if a sannyasi who is absolutely devoted to spiritual culture, then he might go beyond sun globe, I think, to the Vaikuntha planet also, right?
So when you say sun globe, don't consider sun globe to be an ordinary. Sun is the effulgence which comes from the body of Krishna. One ray illuminates the sun. Even to reach sun globe also, it requires a lot of spiritual values. Because sun gets the ray from Lord, and that ray is emanated to the whole world. And then anyhow, it is not necessary that every sannyasi is perfecting. But then slowly by perfection, he reaches the sun globe. More perfection, he reaches. It's not so easy to go Jadam Karki to Vaikuntha. Everybody has their own karmas. Karmic reactions, accrued karmas, everything has to be nullified. Then only a person can go. It's not just because I have a danda in my hand, I have worn the sannyasi dress. Now, now I am in Vaikuntha. No, I'm eligible to go to Vaikuntha. But then karmic reactions, everything has to be nullified first. Complete pure consciousness, and even in the level of subtle body should be there. Mind, intelligence, everything has to be purified.
Okay, Mataji, thank you. Can I continue with the second question?
Yeah.
Okay, so in this situation, we understand that Arjuna wants to run away from the battle. So he doesn't want to do his duty as a Kshatriya. But for us, like we are all Shudras, we are working for someone. So whether it is possible for us to change our Varnas, that is the question.
And to go beyond the Varnas. We should go beyond the Varnas. That is in every avastha, let's chant the holy name. That is more important. It's more important. Now, whatever work you're doing, job you're doing. Now, you're a Brahmana. If you're a Brahmana, every Brahmana need not be Shatkarma Brahmana. Shatkarma Brahmanas are those who are learning the yagyas, who can perform yagyas, make others do the yagyas, give mantra updesha. Not just by being born in a Brahmana family, one becomes a Shatkarmi Brahmana. Right? So that is. But he can read the scriptures. Even if he is born in low born, even in the, he can read the scriptures. That is how he crosses all the varnashrams. Chanting the holy name.
Okay, Mataji. And one last question. I think it was mentioned in one of the purports that when Kshatriyas are invited to fight or for gambling, they are
The onslaught. When they are invited to fight, they should accept.
fight, yeah, and to gamble also. But Kshatriyas should be aware about what should be kept in the bag, right? In this instance, I think they went one step further and properly was one of the bed. So how do we understand that? Whether that is allowed as a Kshatriya, he can bet on anything, or that there is a limit or there is a boundary to it also.
For everything, there is a boundary. Even for challenge, there is a boundary. For betting, there is a boundary. He cannot cross the limit. But Duryodhana crossed in the bed. He asked her to keep the Pandava's wife as in the bed. That is crossing the limit.
Yeah, but Pandava also accepted, right? If they could have rejected,
what they can do, they cannot do anything. They are in the losing team. So that is why the whole gambling match became adharma. They should have not accepted. And these people also should have not told. That's why whole thing became adharma.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
You want to chant the verse? Okay, which verse will you chant? Okay, Kutasva Kashmalamidam. She wants to chant this sloka. Tell.
Kutastwakashmalamitam Vishamesamipastitam Anadyajustamasargyam Aketim Karamarjuna.
Chant again.
Kutastwakashmalamidam Vishamesamipastitam Anadyajustamasargyam Aketim Karamarjuna.
Very good. Wonderful.
Very well. Very well.
Over.
What's your name?
Panchakalpa. So what's your name? Tell what's your name.
What's your
My
name?
name is Naina Manjari.
Hare Krishna. Very sweet
Naina
name.
Manjari. Hare Krishna. Panchakalpatarubhesya Upasindeevya Pattanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Vaishnavendra ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.